Greetings, good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time I greet you, I meet you. I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone has been. I hope everyone has offered gratitude for the day that you woke up, and that you're here, and that you're breathing, and that someone did not have to pick you up out of bed. Very important, significant things that are taken for granted by so many of us. Um, so I speak upon humility, and I speak upon social injustice, and I speak upon um, food prep, and I make videos about food and so forth, and different things of that nature. But my primary focus is being a humanitarian, being being correct and doing what's right by people, because so many don't, and we just live in that type of a world where there's such, and it's always been like this. It's always been a very cold world. But anyway, today I'd like to talk about the fact that our president is meeting with Putin. He's the big bird maybe has landed. I saw the tweet earlier on X, formerly known as Twitter. Um, I do not, and we should never, ever trust Putin, because Putin wants world domination. If you don't think so, well, um, I think you should reevaluate historical events of significance that have gone on. You know, so, um, and now the thing is that people are failing to speak upon is that Turkey is not going to give up Crimea to Russia. That region where the ships go through, Erdogan is not going to do that. He's not going to do that. So this has to be a multilateral, coordinated effort where, if there are going to be sanctions that are going to be provided for the Ukraine with Russia, um, it's going to have to. Turkey is going to have to be involved. It's like I said, it's going to have to be other other nations and world leaders, because you can't trust Putin. Um, Putin is Russian. Russia dominates. Russia dominates. Anybody who's of a Russian descent, we are some pretty freaking. We don't budge. I'm going to just tell you that Russians do not budge. If you think that that expression, they say Italians are thick-headed, you've never met a Russian. That's all I have to say. And how I became aware of the intensity of the Russian nature is from my mama. My mama was a Russian. That lady did not budge. She didn't. Nope. I sincerely doubt that Putin is going to be cooperating with Donald Trump, is what really my main, what I'm trying to emphasize is that I don't think that Putin is going to cooperate. I think that this is going to be a futile attempt, and I do believe that, well, because of circumstances, I believe that the USSR, the USSR has the USA, the Donald, right here, like clay. So okay, the molding is going to be constructed by Putin. Privet! I know Russian bad words, it's crazy. Oh God, forgive me. Anyway, but so that this is something very significant happening. And also, right here in good old America, the right wingers are in the process of attempting to redistrict Texas. So now they're going to play down and dirty. So Democratic governors, get on your freaking business and start making ish happen like freaking 2 weeks ago. Because this guy, he has no regard. We know this. We know this, you know. Donald is indebted to various world leaders, and one of those leaders is happens to be Mr. Putin. And now, if you're under the dominance of anything Russian related, well, you might as well just give it up because you're not going to win. You're not going to win. You are not going to win, you know. And now Israel is taking over Gaza. Oh, yeah. So it's the United States of Israel. Marjorie Taylor Greene, if you're listening, or if anybody from Marjorie's camp is listening, I am on your side for your ideology now regarding what's happening. Your other ideology, absolutely not, because space lasers do not control the weather, no. But I am on your side with your stance now for what's happening, because you're 100% correct. It is a blanco side. I can't say certain words because certain words are prevented and blocked. And also, too, I would pay no mind, Marjorie. I would pay no mind to Grandpa from the Monsters. You know what I'm talking about. I've never sided with you, Miss Marjorie Taylor Greene, on any issue, but this, I am with you. And also, too, those jabs as far as someone's appearance, well, look at where it's coming from. You know, I would be very jabby if I looked like Grandpa, too. Anybody want some cold? This is a mocha. This is actually coffee. This is instant coffee. Oh, let me give a review. This is instant coffee from Wally World. Yes, I don't care for Walmart, but I had placed an order. Oh my goodness, it's so delicious with lactose-free milk. Not from your store, from Hannaford. No sugar, about 10 ice cubes in my little mini ice cube tray. But, yeah. So anyway, yeah, Democratic governors get to the business end of handling this because you know that this is what they are doing. So chop, chop, make it happen, make it happen. He does not play nice. He has never played nice. You know, he's a manipulator. You know, he's absolutely not someone who is trustworthy and honorable. You know, so that's where that stands. And with all the money that he has made, I mean, goodness gracious, why don't you donate all the money you've made, Mr. Donald Trump? You know, why don't you donate the billions that you have earned thus far in your cryptocurrency operation? Oops, my big foot. I think that would be very, very commendable of you. And also, Mr. President Donald Trump, we don't agree. I don't care for you. I don't care for your actions. You as a person, I love you as a human because you're a human. Your actions, are despicable. But being that you let that one reality TV family out because they're big MAGA donors, don't forget about Teresa. Don't forget about Teresa Giudice and Joe. Send Joe Giudice home. Let him go home. He served his time. You know, that law that was implemented during the big, I'm going to say grimeland factions that were going on in Italy, certain things you can't say. Because of the grime level in Italy, they enacted a law, the Prime Minister enacted a law, I believe in the 1940s, that anyone on American soil who is convicted of any felonious charge then has to, if they're not a U.S. citizen, if they're born in the country of Italy, they then have to be transported because of that grime law. That man has nothing to do with that, okay? He's a hard worker, he's a family man. Let the guy come back. Send all the migrants back, too. Do some good. Mr. President, do some good, because you've been doing really bad stuff. You've been doing harmful stuff to a lot of people. And for the people who have supported you, their conscience has been woken because they're seeing what you're doing. And for the ones who are supportive of abducting and disappearing people, well, those are the ignorant ones that their veins are filled with hatred and urine. They don't have sangre, they don't have warmth and sangre, you know. They have ice. They have ice and urine. That's what they have in their running through them. So do the right thing. Let that man go home. Send all the migrants home, or send them back to their country of origin. You know, because what you're doing, Mr. Trump, you're making money on top of money, left out, hand over fist, hand over fist. The same way you jerked everybody off, those contractors in New Jersey. You didn't f around with any of the guys from New York City because you knew that it would have not presented well. You know that, right? Trust and believe he didn't mess around with New York City, but the people in Jersey, he crapped all over those contractors in Jersey. But nonetheless, start to do some good things. Start to do some good things. But anyway, moving along from my quotes, I just, people, hold on tight. Don't spend your money. If you're a big Willie and you got money to spend, well, knock yourself out and go live it up, whoop it up, whoop it up. Go do what you gotta do. Rah, 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 Don't go rah, rah, rah. And, but for everybody else, now that the alarm has gone off and now you're finally like, oh, wow, this is affecting me. And like I said in other videos, these hospitals that are going to be closing because of all of these cuts to Medicare, Medicaid, Medicare, honey, people, sweetie dolls, sweetie pies, those structures are not going to be abandoned. They're not going to let them sit there and grow frickin' ragweed. They're going to turn them into high-rise properties, high-rise condos. So wake up, pay attention, You say, oh, it doesn't affect me. Oh, it doesn't affect me. Oh, it doesn't affect me. Everything in life is a domino theory, people. Every single thing in life. But people they live in a little type of microcosm with their own, it's like they don't, let's put it this way, they don't ever leave like their block, or they don't ever ride down the mountain. They don't ever like interact. They only know what they're watching, what they're feeding, what their minds are consuming from what they're listening to. And another big scam is a lot of these so-called institutions, these religious institutions. They take money left out, hand over fist too, the same way. And the same way with these donors. These people, I mean, there's so much involved, but people they're not aware. They're like, let's put it this way. My husband and I, we would go on the weekends during nice weather. We would go take rides and go to different areas here in like, say, Ulster, or go up to Columbia County. I can't tell you how many times we were in places that were totally of the Caucasian race. And he basically would always like be the first to show up, and then like behind every good man is a good woman, and I'd always be behind him. And just the whole like demeanor of people, it would always change, and I would be like, what's right is right, baby, what's right is right. Then it's just like nah. But you people think the way you want. Oh, and this is for my county. I'm in 12590. You'll have me, that's my voting precinct, okay? All right, District 4, okay? Is it 4? Yeah. Ward 4. Why am I getting stuff for LaGrange? Is it because of the difference in me telling these people, putting them on notice for their screw up with me, because that's illegal. That's illegal. Okay? Any activities that are involved with seniors in Wappinger Falls, okay? I'm in Wappinger Falls, okay? But maybe that was a misprint with the same printing company. From, remember those voter ID cards that you sent out that had the right addresses but the wrong names? You know, clean it up. Clean it up. Who's ever being cute in this county, start to get uncute. Because see, what you're doing to me, you're doing to other minorities, okay? Yeah, yeah. This is not the all-American Republican Boys and Girls Club where because you become an elected official that you're going to coordinate things with your people to not be for all the people. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way, all right? And there happens to be some type of delusionary effect that goes on in government, not only here. I've seen it in New York City. I've seen it in like local offices. It was like, please. It's like, hey, Ayo, you're talking to me. It's really something. It's an amazing sight to see. It's an amazing sight to see. It's like it becomes a sorority club. You know, when you work in government, you work for everybody, not just sorority club members. Okay, remember that. Anyway, everybody, have a good one. I'm rocking and rolling here, getting a hell of a lot done, because I'm going to be, well, doing some traveling. Yes, I am. Have a good one, everybody. Stay well, stay safe, stay hydrated. It's very hot. This hurricane storm, Erin, is supposed to be heading to the northeast. That's why if you've been hearing the crickets very loud during the daytime, if you live in an area that's, not like highly populated with a lot of, noise congestion and all that, the crickets are loud. So when they're loud during the day, that means that moisture and rain are on the way. It's like the simplest way to remember it. And it doesn't mean that they're going to come, like the moisture, the rain is going to happen that same day or evening, but it's in the air. It's a Native American thing. Yeah, it's a Native American. Everybody have a good one. I'll be back. Till next time. Stay aware, people. Stay aware. We got a lot of shady stuff happening now. And they're all behind it. Project 2025. These people, they're basically on the yellow brick road, and they want to bring all of us and make us all go onto the yellow brick road. But this is the real world. We don't walk on the yellow brick road. Till next time. Oh, bye, bestie. Have a great weekend. That's my stalker. That's somebody who follows me and watches stuff that I do. And that's somebody who, in an indirect way, kind of just has had me observed. Yeah. Well, when you own a security company and you worked in law enforcement, when you've basically grifted in law enforcement for a number of years, with your fake identity, your fake ethnicity. Oh, that's something that should be addressed, most certainly so, as far as people that claim a minority status, but they have like one little droplet of sand of that minority status. They're not actually of a Caribbean race to claim that they're of a minority. Yeah, that's something you should look into. New York City, New York State, every municipality, because these people they claim the status to get extra points. They get extra points when there's a job promotion. Yeah. So imagine saying that, I have one little droplet of Cuban in my little pinky toe, so that means that I'm a minority. Right? Right, bestie? Bestie? You people are out of your freaking minds. Yep. Oh well. Have a good one. Everybody stay safe, stay well, stay hydrated, and do the right thing by people at all times. Just pretend that you're, well, you are. We are under a microscope. Now, most definitely. Um, always do the right thing. Till next time. Bye.